Hi, I'm Azza and welcome to Digital News Asia. This episode is brought to you by the Malaysian Software Testing Board, a national body that represents software quality assurance. Test it right.
In terms of BioNexus development, we have about 7 new companies during the first 6 months. I will have to admit that we wanted more, but I think one of the challenges is that previously we had a funding mechanism that drives startup companies.
Of course,
and now we had a discussion. We say the funding should not be stopped. We should have this level of funding still available. But maybe we wanted to change a little bit on how we fund the company. In previous terms, we give the company 2 million ringgit and that's it. So whether the company will make it or not. But probably in the future we say we give 2 million ringgit, so we take some share in the company, and then we will help the company to grow. If let's say the company makes more money, then we exit. Previously with the government grant of 100 over million, we grow the BioNexus company from 7 in 2005 to 217 today. So we say if we were to have almost the same level of funding, we bet that we can even grow it to 400 to 500 companies. Because people with ideas, if there is no fund to start with, you can't realize the dream, you cannot action it.
Of course,
and then they end up trying to find the grant, and sometimes it's not happening, and especially in the climate in Malaysia, then it died out. So the only companies that will be able to get into BioNexus, those companies that already have financial strength. So then that will be very limited. So we are not basically addressing those people with creativity ideas and innovative ideas to be able to form a startup company. So I think in the majority of the countries, they never stop the what we call the seed funding mechanism. So probably we made some mistakes, so we didn't have that anymore, but we are requesting the government. And the obstacle is also that the current venture capital mechanism, to have the required number of people who understand the business, understand the science, is very limited. So whenever these individuals goes to some of the institutions, I don't think the institution would be able to grasp the idea and do the investment. So Biotech Corporation, in a sense, we are the specialists. We understand the business better. So in that respect, we could probably make a better judgment.
When you talk about focus areas, I guess the big thing I see, having followed the industry for so long, is really the fact that it's obvious to me that our national biotech policy needs to have a review also, because it was conceptualized, thought through in 2004 by some consultants. Scenario has changed a lot. Biomass wasn't so much of a focus, and really we've got too many areas we're focusing on, even back then also. And it takes discipline, and it takes a firm belief that we have to maximize our resources, the biggest bang for the buck, right? So are you pushing for a review of the policy, and then to really make the hard decisions and unpopular decisions to say, really guys, these are the 2 or 3 areas we can focus on, we must focus on? Because there has been,
I agree. This has been discussed at MOSTI level. So we have a consensus. Yes, we do have to have a review. If not this year, next year we will start some review work on the national biotech policy. And also in view of the bioeconomy initiative. So the bioeconomy initiative to enhance the national biotech policy, but we need to have a review because, as you mentioned, the world climate change, the economic change, and so we need to relook at the strategy again. It's kind of about time that we should have a review. If not this year, we will do it next year. Quite happy. There are certain areas, of course, like the venture capital fund that we announced last year. Still work in progress, because I think trying to assemble the fund mechanism still, we hope before year end we can complete those components.
Will this be the kind of angel seed fund you're talking about, or this will be separate?
And this is separate. Separate. We hope we can establish this, and there are participation from the private sector.
Of course, yeah, you need funding.
Yeah, so the obstacle is trying to assemble the fund with the current climate. A little bit difficult, but we are working towards it, and we hope by year end we can have it functional so that companies can put up their request for fund.
What will the initial fund size be? You think 50 million?
We talk about $100 million. Yeah, $100 million. So
will that actually, by end of the year, you're talking about, will that full amount be there, or
Yeah, at least some amount to be there. Let's 50 million to be there to start with.
RM or USD?
No, USD.
Okay.
USD. Yeah.
Where is the 50 million coming from?
They got some investment component coming from the US.
Okay.
So they're fund managers. So we're talking to the fund managers. So
it's US, our government, and it's industry here, which is what? Like,
nothing to do with our government. It's purely on the private venture. Private venture.
This episode is brought to you by the Malaysian Software Testing Board, a national body that represents software quality assurance. Test it right.